Hello and welcome back to an in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about the landfall of Tropical Storm Beta in Texas. So right now I am on the National Weather Service page where you can see the watches, warnings, and advisories down here for this storm. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's move on here to the radar. Now, down here in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida is the energy from Beta, even though the center of rotation is in the Gulf of Mexico. This has been sheared a lot, and we'll see more of that when I go to the satellite imagery. But you can see some of the rain starting to come into the Texas radar ranges here. But let's move on to the satellite imagery real quick. So you could definitely see that shear coming in now. Center rotation's right around here. You see it is just getting sheared away. I believe that there's a front right here, a cold front, that is producing some of these frost and freeze advisories and warnings. So in the northeast here you have frost advisories, freeze warnings. Those are all caused by this cold front right here. So let's move on here to the National Hurricane Center. So in the Atlantic we are watching Beta. There's also another disturbance which I believe would become Paulette 2, because this is post-tropical cyclone Paulette. We kind of thought that this was going to reform a couple weeks ago, but it does have a medium chance in the next 5 days. So let's move on here. Tropical Storm Beta, warnings and cone. So we do have tropical storm watches and warnings along the coast from all the way to the tip of Texas to Louisiana. This is expected to move west, move onshore of Texas, and then make a hard right turn, and then start moving, I believe, along that front. So let's move on here to the arrival time of winds with the wind speed probabilities turned on. Highest chance of winds are, of course, along the coasts of Texas and Louisiana, but inland in Texas, you do have a 30 to 40% chance of receiving tropical storm force winds. Let's move on here now to the U.S. rainfall potential. We do have chances to see 15 to 20 inches here along the coastline, and widespread areas of 10 to 15, even wider spread areas of a half foot to 10 inches along the coast, as well as some lighter values further inland. But generally the target zone is right in here. So let's move on yet again to peak surge. So peak surge is going to be low, at the most 2 to 4 feet. So that is not bad. I believe rain is going to be the main issue here, and flash flooding would show that. Moderate risk of flash flooding along the coast of Texas, which would be Monday morning. Key messages here. The expected slow motion of Beta has the potential to expand a long duration rainfall event from the Louisiana coast westward into southeast Texas on Sunday and northward into the mid-south by mid next week. The potentially prolonged period of rainfall could cause flash urban and river flooding, especially where tide levels are above normal. Then we also have tropical storm force winds are expected. So basically, what we cover here is the gist. I think rainfall is going to be the main thing that we have to really watch here. Surge could be a problem as well. Wind, of course, as well, too. So let's move on here to current storm information. So let's actually do the ensembles here. Global and hurricane all showing that path into the Texas coast, but from there it gets a little bit more scattered. GFS is kind of consistent with that sharp north to northeast turn. Same thing with the GEFS, but this does have it coming around and kind of doing a loop. Intensity guidance showing that this is going to slowly weaken once it gets onshore, but you do have this sudden drop off based on, I guess, landfall between 48 and 60 hours from now. So let's move on here, forecast models, and we're going to go to the NAM 3 kilometer, and we're going to go into the south central US. So you have beta right here. It's going to keep spinning out in the Gulf. Most of the rainfall is going to be moving into Louisiana, and then it starts moving into the Houston-Galveston area, and then boom, you have landfall. This is at about 3 o'clock on Monday Eastern time. So that would be, I believe, 2 o'clock Central time. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that moves inland here, pushing some rain deep inland, and then it starts making that turn there. So I believe that's going to be the track. But either way, this is going to be it's going to be weak in terms of strength, but strong in terms of impacts. So a quick update there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.